What's going on, everyone? My name is BoIt, and we're going to be watching some Age Mythology today between some of the highest ranked, highest skilled players spawning at the bottom of the map in the red color, playing as Loki. His name is Professor Velite, but we're going to be referring to him as Velite today. His opponent in the blue color spawning as Zeus is the one, the legend, the ArmyCore. We've got some random god matchups here, so these players are not playing their main gods. Their main gods are Uranus, so that's good that they both got an off race and we can see exactly what they can pull out of their hat, just without specifically knowing this god. A little bit of background history about these guys, because I know you guys love that sort of thing. Professor Velite. Velite has been around for a long time. One of the highest rated players. He is currently rated at 1932 on Voobly, and he's playing very well at the moment. I don't think he's rusty at all, so hopefully he can take down ArmyCore and show the community why he's considered one of the top players today. ArmyCore, obviously we know him as the Uranus expert. He's also been around forever. I don't actually know, as Velite taunts ArmyCore and my phone goes off. So ArmyCore, right, he plays Uranus, but he didn't really for a long time try any other gods, and people don't actually understand how good he is with other gods. He really understands this game, and he's played the game for long enough to understand how to play each of these gods. So him spawning as a non-Atlantean god means nothing, as a bolt just goes down on that Ulfsark. Velite's going to have to produce another one. He did build his house at home, so he's not completely screwed, and he's going to have time enough to build that Ulfsark, but it's really going to set him behind, and especially the fact that he's versing a Zeus player who always has that option to Athena rush. That can happen. ArmyCore also able to steal a bunch of goats, which are going to be quite pivotal in Velite's economy, because he's going to be needing those in the classical age to pump dwarves onto at some point, because obviously it's good to not run them around. Hopefully it doesn't screw the game up too badly in ArmyCore's favour. Just a little bit about what's going on in the community right now, because I know how much you guys love watching the archaic age in Age of Mythology. We know that the fan patch has been being worked on by Nakamura. He's really using this fan patch as a way to make the game more interesting in some aspect, as these guys are fighting over goats. It's great though, because if Velite does this right, he's not going to lose any of these goats. But if ArmyCore micros really sneakily, like now he grabbed one, little bit sneaky right there. If ArmyCore grabs whatever. Back to Nakamura's sort of thing. He's making this fan patch whereby he's going to get new maps, and he's going to get new balance and a bunch of other stuff. So basically we're trying to implement that onto Voobly. There's currently a game mod which is called Fan Patch. It used to be the bug fix. It's been updated to Fan Patch 1.7, but it's not the final release, and we're just waiting for that to be uploaded, and then we'll roll that out, and everyone's going to be able to just simply click on Fan Patch and play that game. As for the maps, I was having a long discussion with Nakamura last night about what we can do with maps. And obviously you've seen, if you're checking RTS-Sanctuary in the community forums, you've seen that there's been a little bit of discussion today about maps, and how we want to sort of modify Highland, make that into a better map. We want to modify Erebus and make that into a playable map, because we think that can be one of the new maps in the map pool, in the competitive map pool. And we want to think about creating some new maps. Things like Ghostland was made. It's basically Ghost Lake except without the ice in the middle, so you can build that stuff in the middle, and other stuff like that. So hopefully something good can amount to that. As Velite is going to the classical age through 4 SETI, and ArmyCore going through the standard Athena, we're going to see ArmyCore shifting around about 7 villages onto wood and putting 4 villages onto gold, with the rest on food. This is going to allow him to pump out a bunch of hoplites and toxotos if he so chooses to do so, or he's going to be able to go for a more cavalry-based play whereby he would produce a lot of Hippicon and Toxotos. He's definitely going for Toxotos because he has that many villagers on wood, you can tell that, and if you can manage to scout that, you'll know he's doing that. He's not going for just pure cavalry and stuff like that. Let me just pop that up so I can see if anyone's talking to me in chat. Hey guys! As Velite just manages to hit the Classical Age through 4 SETI, he's going to be wanting to throw out a couple of barracks in order to defend against ArmyCore's Athena aggression. He does have that free Minotaur popping out, as does Velite with that free Troll. Nothing going to be happening there. It's going to be interesting to see what ArmyCore chooses to do, as he does throw down a military academy. Going to be throwing down a couple more. Hopefully he's bought hand axe. He hasn't actually bought any archaic upgrades. This is something I've been noticing in ArmyCore's play quite a bit. He neglects these archaic upgrades when he's playing very aggressively. The thing with this though is because he advanced so late, this early aggression is going to be kind of pointless. He really needs to have bought those upgrades because you've already set up walls, you've already got watchtowers, there's not much damage you can do, and because Velite's got all of these goats, you're not going to push him off 100 all. The only thing which ArmyCore has over Velite is this fact that these giraffes are on his side of the map, so he can't really push anything off there. He's got this next archery range up. He can actually support a second archery range with around about 9 or 10 villages on wood, and you can support you can actually support 2 more archery ranges, as he's not auto queuing any Toxotos out of that archery range. That being said, you do need hand axe to be able to support that. Saying that, he's also a little bit supply blocked, as you could see then, and he's going to be still quite fine. As Velite's coming in for a little bit of a raid with these Hersa, they're going to be pushed back straight away. They don't have Hall of Fames, they can't really compete with this Zeus army, and he's just going to be retreating them now as they're moving very, very slowly. Finally, they're picking them back up to speed. Velite's going to have to run them back to a healing spring, which is put here, just to heal them back up. He really shouldn't be leaving his base until he's got Hall of Fames, or he knows where an unprotected spot to gather favor is going to be, like perhaps that spot over here. I don't know if he's cast Spy yet. As I check, he has casted Spy. What did he use it on? I can't see. He's used it on the Scout. So the Scout's just chilling over there in the middle, in the corner of the map, not doing anything. So it's really smart by ArmyCore. ArmyCore's probably been trying to see what he's been doing with that. As a little bit of an attack comes in here, this watchtower focusing down adjacent when it should be focusing down hoplites. He's just going to be sort of hit and running with these Hersa. He doesn't have Hall of Fames out, he's not quite researching yet, and he doesn't have any longhouses. So he doesn't want to be losing any units. As he just loses one Hersa, that's not a good thing at all. Actually, he does have one longhouse producing throwing axemen. As he finally starts to research Hall of Fames, that's going to allow him to start competing against this Zeus army. However, he's going to be losing this longhouse, which cannot be a good thing, and his ox cart is kind of in a bad place there, so he's not going to be able to have the wood to replace that longhouse quite soon enough. I think what Velite really needs to do is sacrifice this location, perhaps even move that gold mine over to there. Because the Zeus army is so slow, it means he's going to have a lot more time to buy by just shifting villages over to the other side of this gold mine. These units are going to take an age to get over there, while ArmyCore is just going to be busy knocking down houses and other things like that. He does manage to pick off a throwing axeman. Poor micro by Velite, as Velite throws up a second temple, maybe to produce trolls, maybe to produce extra Hersa, who knows. ArmyCore really needs to throw down another archery range now. He does have the economy to support that, even though he doesn't have that that hand axe or pickaxe upgrade. It doesn't really matter just because of how strong this Zeus army is. As ArmyCore now knows that this gold mine is taken, and Velite is cursing the giraffe positioning on this map. He is currently producing Hersa and raiding cavalry. He's got all of his villagers sitting on this food location here. As ArmyCore pushes Velite off this wood, he's going to have to run away now. Also going to be almost losing that person. Needs to send him over onto that healing spring just to re-heal him, as well as anything else that he can do. He knows he's going to be losing this temple because it's a little bit poorly placed. The town center is going to do a little bit of damage to maybe that Minotaur. Minotaur's going to take a little bit of damage, but that doesn't really matter because he's got such high pierce armor and there's no real bonus to anything like that. What ArmyCore can do now is he can actually run in, cast Restoration, and take down that town center so long as he would have upgraded those hoplites to medium hoplites. They do a ridiculous amount of damage, and I don't think that ArmyCore has, I don't think that Velite has the army to really defend against anything, as Velite actually resigns out at 10 minutes there. Really, I don't think there was much that Velite could do. He didn't position buildings right. He didn't produce enough buildings. You really need to have 2 longhouses and a temple. And he lost a bunch of Hersa where he really just shouldn't have. Yes, he didn't have this this second giraffe patch, which he should have. It was a little bit of a map screw, but in reality, ArmyCore would have pushed him off it anyways. So who knows? My name's BoIt, and that was a game there. Hopefully my stuff all worked because I've been using new stuff, new settings and XSplits. So hopefully that's all good. And well, I'll see you guys next time. Maybe there's more games